All right, guys. So right now we're about to go over a refresher on chart patterns. Now, this is one of those Q&A sessions. So be mindful that I didn't have any chart patterns planned out for you guys to look at. So we're going to have to find some, which is fine, no biggie. So right now I'm actually going to be taking some chart patterns from the chat. So guys, let me know some chart patterns you've seen. Understand today, the VIX, what's today? Today is April 27th. So the VIX was at 30. So today was extremely choppy today. So if your guys' chart patterns did not work today, that is why. Don't be upset. So bear flag on SPY 1 hour. So let's go check SPY and see what we can see. So we had a bear flag. Let me zoom out a little bit real quick. I'm not gonna call this a bear flag. Let me see. What are you talking about here? Okay. So let's start off right here. Let's just get some recognition going in so you guys can kind of see right here. Can anybody tell me what this pattern is right here? In this area, we had a range. We can call this a range consolidation. You can call this a bear flag. You can call this a bearish channel, whatever you want to call it, bearish, whatever. But basically what the market call it, they call it a bearish rectangle. So we just call those bear flags or whatever. You have different ways of looking at it, but I just call this like just a little range and then breakdown. So how you would have traded this, you would have seen that the market was falling. You've seen some type of range, type of consolidation, staying with between these. And then on the breaker here, you took it down to that next level, which was that 413 level. That's how you would have made this trade. So did that make sense for everybody right now? Pretty simple, just a good refresher. I actually love stuff like this, but it's kind of hard to anticipate these sometimes, simply because you don't know how far the range can go, if that makes sense. Like it can actually, it can stretch out if it wants to. So, right here, you could have actually plotted that. And then if you wanted an entry, a faster entry instead of an hourly entry, you just came down to that 15-minute time frame and you would have seen it here again. And then this would have been the candle as it broke, this closed below, then you could have took it down to the next target. So different ways to play it. But we noticed it on the 1 hour. And then when we noticed it on the 1 hour, right, instead of waiting, I mean, this is exactly how I would have did it. We noticed this on the 1 hour, right? But we noted that we want to take a day trade. Can anybody tell me I'm so glad somebody asked this because she just asked this. Can anybody tell me any other confluences or any other reasons that would have make me think that we were bearish? There we go. We got the 9 EMA. It's below the 9 EMA. There we go. Tap the 9 EMA. What else? We got something right before this. There we go. We got a death cross at the top. So, I mean, how many more confirmations do you need? Take the damn trade. Take out of airtime. Take the damn trade, guys. What more do you need? Take the trade. If you're wrong, you're wrong. That's simple. So we see that on the hourly chart, we've seen this consolidation before this move happened. So now we recognize this on the hourly chart. We come to the 15-minute and we're waiting for it because you don't want to wait for the hourly. Then we wait for, an entry. We got the consolidation here. It broke. There you go. Boom, ride the trade down to your profit target and you're out, right? If you will, literally, you're out. And I understand this is after hours, but this is just getting you guys into recognition. That's all. We need that on the shirt. I'm gonna get a shirt that said "Take the damn trade." Hey, that'll go crazy. That'll go crazy. Put on y'all cars. Take the damn trade. But anyways, so I'm glad that made sense. So now let me look. Somebody give me another chart pattern. And this one, let's go. So somebody asked me, can we enter on the 15-minute or the 5-minute? So let's go down to the 5-minute and see how that looks. Like you can enter on whatever time frame you want, but like maybe you would have got shooken out here because you took it on a break here, maybe. And then you see it came back up. You would have thought it was moving up, then you got shooken out. So there were different ways to kind of take it. I just feel like the 15-minute gave you a little more cushion. You know what I mean? gave you a little more cushion tonight. So right there, you wouldn't have got shooken out, right? So it's really up to you and how you want to do it. But overall, that's just, you could have did the 5 minute or the 15 minutes, totally up to you. But in this current market, I've been using the 15 minute. That's been my money right now. So I'm kind of just standing behind the 15 minute more because that's just been my money. Now, I will say what I normally do as far as entries on something like this, I probably want to wait it exactly for this whole candle to close below. I probably would have just took it as it was breaking. Me knowing me, I'm just being honest, knowing myself, I would have most likely just took it on here, right? I would have just took it on here because it did close below that level, or it finally closed below. These did not. These start wicking at it, but this one actually came down and actually really closed below that level. I could have took it right at that close, and then my stop loss is if we close back above that level. It's different ways to do it, but overall, I would have took this trade and I would have caught this whole entire trade. I would have caught this whole entire trade. I did not trade this though, but I would have caught this one. I would have actually, I would have entered on a 15 minute and then I would have did this. Came to my hourly and just watched that nice red candle go to my target. You see how that went? It literally did exactly what we needed it to do. So that's how I would have did it. So I wouldn't get shaken out. Why would that hammer? Yeah, or you can enter in a 5 minute, switch to the 15 minutes, a whole longer. It's all about your personal preference. Why would that hammer not be valid? Let's go back and see if I can find a hammer. I didn't remember seeing that. You're talking about this right here? Are you talking about this? Can anybody tell me what candlestick this is? Because it's not a hammer. Yeah, this is a doji, so it's not a hammer. So basically, end of the day, you would have been green, but then you would have been red. Yep. That's kind of that's kind of how it works. Yep, exactly. I would have been red the next morning. So in that situation, the market about to close, I would have probably just took profits if I didn't want to risk swinging. Like I would have liked to hold it to my profit target, but obviously the market about to close. I'm gonna just go ahead and get out the trade. But yes, that's the thing about swinging that sucks. It hit our target, but we didn't have, obviously the market was closed, so we didn't have time to, actually see our target hit. So that's why sometimes if you just don't want to risk swinging, guys, just don't swing, because you see this is a prime example of what happens when you swing trade. Like this is a prime example of what happens when you swing trade. It looks so promising the day before, and when you actually swing it, oh, it turns into something else. I mean, what the hell is this? What is all this? So there you go. But yeah. But yeah, that's what I said. Swing trading is so hard right now, but they pay so much. It's just hard to not say. It's hard to say no to it because they just pay so much. So let's go to some more chart patterns. So let's go over AAL. This is a trade that I took. It right now it is still in a different pattern that we've seen. But let's go over AAL. So AAL kind of pissed me off because I'm finna show you exactly what happened. This is why I took AAL. This actually happened to us on AAL. So right here, we got this little same thing right here. That little bearish stuff going on. We took the trade. I'm showing y'all exactly what happened. So y'all be getting mad when we be losing trades. I promise you my intentions were pure. Like I literally, bro, like my intentions was pure. Y'all see what I seen, y'all. It hit the target and everything. Y'all see this. Y'all see what happened. Everything that I did was how I normally trade. It did everything it was supposed to do, just not when it was supposed to do it. So the whole premise is premise. I don't know how to spell, y'all. But of trading options is to sell contracts to people who want to buy shares. No, options is totally different. You're selling contracts for people that want to exercise, maybe. but not necessarily people that want to buy shares. But do y'all see this setup? Do y'all see why I took AAL puts? Just making sure that y'all kind of see like my mindset when it comes to these trades. Yeah, so I took it, it was a good setup, right? It was solid. It's just it hit the target. It literally went to where it needed to go. It went to exactly where it needed to go, but we swung and it wanted to do something else in the morning. So it kind of sucks, right? If the VIX don't come down, I'm not trading tomorrow again. I'm not playing with the VIX, y'all. I'm getting older as a trader. So like now I don't even want to even deal with the stress. Like I'm literally, I see myself growing as a trader. The old me will force that trade. The old me will literally be forcing trades today. But now I'm like, I don't even want to deal with the stress of trading right now. So I'm like, the VIX is over 30. I'm just leaving it alone. But there we go. So y'all see that reason why I took AAL. So next, let's look at another chart pattern right here for tomorrow for AAL. Can anybody tell me what AAL is in currently? There we go, Sterling. There we go. So see how we training our eyes to see things, right? Let me fix that. Hold on. I like all my candles to touch sometimes, so let me fix that. There you go. All right, so we are in an ascending triangle on AAL. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that if it's gonna move, it's gonna move in pre-market, maybe. Just because we started the ascending triangle and we're literally getting close to the edge. So the pop is probably going to come in pre-market and then probably, but like overall, if AAL can stay below here, we can take AAL over 19, over basically today's highs. We could take AAL over today's highs tomorrow if it does break, right? And then if it breaks down, pretty much the same program. We go retest these lows. We got these lows here. And y'all kind of see how I'm trading. Like I'm literally teaching you guys, how I'm trading and how I look at trading, right? I definitely didn't see. See, like it just take time. Like I told y'all, like when it comes to chart patterns, guys, it just take time. It hit that PT on the second candle in a second. Ascending, double bottom. This would be a double bottom. If it breaks, yep. If it breaks, it could be a double bottom. Yeah, I didn't even see that. Good catch. I didn't even see that myself. So yeah, it definitely could be a double bottom as well if it breaks, and just go from there. So it take time. Yeah, for sure. Now only anticipation makes sense to me. Like I said, anticipation is very fun. It comes with a lot of benefits, but just understand in choppy markets, anticipation is best to just leave it alone because and trying to anticipate in a choppy market is just not going to work because it's just too much stress, too much, saying it's going to go here, too many fake outs for anticipation to work. So that's why it's always good to, kind of know other strategies that work for you, maybe momentum trading, maybe quick scalping, but, maybe waiting for breakouts or retests or whatever. But when it comes to anticipation, we thrive when the market is normal, but as soon as the market gets choppy, that is when it's our time to just chill out and just go by our day and go from there. Yeah, for sure. Not only this, okay. Would you want to see something else on the bigger time frame suggesting it's bullish? Right. So now let's come to AO on the bigger time frame. On the hourly, we already know that we have a ascending triangle, but let's see if we can find anything that's bullish on the bigger time frame. And boom, what do we have? We have actually somebody tell me what do we have? And do not, if you say a pattern, we're gonna have a problem. What is AAL doing right now? Please do not say a pattern. If you say a pattern, I'm going to be upset. What do we have? Bouncing off the EMA, right? Don't overcomplicate it. It's bouncing off the 21 EMA. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me zoom out, make sure it ain't no pattern right here. Let me delete all of this. There's too much noise right now. I'll make my levels again in the morning. I be deleting my levels, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. And I be making new ones. I'll be just like, I like just looking at the price action, just solely the price action for a minute. Um, so I'm looking here. Yep, this will be a higher low. Yep, good job, guys. So we at the 21 EMA, and this is also a higher low. So right now, AAL does look bullish. Somebody said it was already an inverse head and shoulders. I don't know if you remember, well, we swung this for 1,000%. It was already an inverse head and shoulders. Um, Somebody said unless it's a head and shoulders. Let me see. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I be seeing traders make this. I see what you're saying. I be seeing traders like, I don't know if you know Trey like Gates, if y'all know him. I be seeing some traders like him like make patterns out of stuff like this, and they're successful with it. I don't. I would rather have like an actual real head and shoulders. I don't know, but I do see what you said. Well, this is definitely a higher low right now. We're at a higher low. So we had our high, higher low, high, higher low. There we go. That's the trend, guys. Imagine if you and you also can draw a trend line if you want to. I don't normally do them too much, but yeah, you could definitely draw a trend line right here. We're bouncing off the trend line, and the next move is supposed to be up, right? It's kind of how it works. And then your stop loss is literally, can anybody tell me where my stop loss is? Let me see if y'all good. Let's see if y'all good enough to tell me where my stop loss is. Below the 21 EMA, there we go. And if you want it in simple terms, if a break at a trend line. So there we go. Below the trend, below the 21. The 21 EMA is right at the trend. So if it does break the 21 EMA, then it's obviously, broke the trend as well. But, but this is also a daily candle. So just be cautious. Yeah. So be cautious. We still reject, we're bouncing off the 21 EMA, but we're also rejecting the 9. So, like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys. The risk reward is here. If you wanted it, the risk reward is here. So we come here, stop loss below here. Our move is right there that high because that's where we think it's going to go to, right? The risk reward is here. I'm actually liking this. I didn't see this at first. So this is, I'm telling you, this is literally how I look at trading. Like, I'm like, okay, I like it. We're holding a 21 EMA. We're doing this. We got it on a smaller time frame. We do have a, we do have a ascending triangle, so we can actually make it turn into a day trade. We can go test this high again. In my mind, that's just how I'm thinking, right? And what else more do you need, right? What else more do you need, guys? I mean, you got that. You think it's a higher low. We buy calls at higher lows. We buy puts at lower highs. So at this point, what more do you really need to, take the trade? I mean, y'all kind of see what I mean now, though. Like, and we come over here back to the hourly, we see that we have this potential ascending triangle. So now we got the ascending triangle on the hourly chart. Then we have in our bigger time frame, we have our secret weapon, which is our higher low. And then there you go. There you go. Now, how I will make this trade, because don't be surprised if I signal it tomorrow. How I will make this trade, I will see where AAL is doing. We after that morning, see where the VIX is at or whatever. Then I will have it in the back of my mind that I do want to take AAL swings. Tomorrow is Thursday, so it really depends on what SPY is doing. But like, let me go look. Can anybody tell me? Because I know some people said they need help with picking contracts. Tell me a contract that I could pick for AAL. Let's see. Let's see who can pick the exact contract that I pick. Somebody tell me a good contract I could pick for AAL. Let's see if somebody can do it. Let's see. $19. So somebody said $19 call. Okay, let's do it this way because I want to see something. I want y'all to really understand my mindset of trading. If I wanted a risky trade that can, let's see if all y'all can get it right. If I wanted a risky trade that can net me a high return, which contract would I pick? Give me the contract and the expiration date. This week's expo, which one? If I wanted a risky but high reward, $20 call. There we go. There we go. $20 call. There we go. $20 call. The reason why I'm saying that is because the contract is $8. AL does have room to make a move up there, right? So the $20 call, it has enough volume, it has enough open interest to actually move. So that will be the call that I would like that's a little more risky, but will net me a higher return. I won't go with the $21 call because that's a little bit too cheap. And I will run a whole number. Now let's see if I get into the mindset. If I want to look from a real deal swing, what contract would I put in expiration? I think somebody already said it. But if I'm looking for a real deal swing where I actually can, it's a little lower risk, what contract do you think I will pick? 5-6, $20 call. There we go. 5-6. Yep. And there you go. That's the one that I would pick. The $20 call for next week. Now, let's see if y'all really get in my mindset, right? So let me look at the $19 call for next week. Let's see what it says. So the $19 call has a little more, a little more volume on there that I would prefer. But also, can anybody tell me the benefit of picking a $20 call for next week? The IV, there we go. Zaire, but that's cheating, man. Zaire cheating, man. Stop cheating. That was for them. Buying time, number one, is buying time. I catch a bigger move. We got a Vega push. We have low volume. So that's what I was looking for right there. The demand will increase as well. That is what I'm looking for. Won't chop the premium up too much. So it's so many more benefits that comes with it if I were to pick that contract. Now y'all starting to see. Now, some people might say, well, Jay, what about the $21 call? It's $14. That one is fine as well. But to me, it's more of a reach. Y'all get what I mean? It's more of a reach because, the $20 call is already affordable. That's more likely what people are going to go to as AEL moves up to that $20 level. It just makes more sense to pick that one. Now, I'll be having people in the chat that say some crazy stuff like the $30 call. And this is why they wonder why it don't grow. Because the $30 call for next week, at this point, I don't know what you want from me if you pick this contract. First of all, the IV is 100% So that don't even make sense why you will pick that contract. That literally makes no sense. The IV is already higher than the normal contracts. So why would you go pick the $30 call? You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to get y'all to get in the mindset of doing that. And the delta is low. You want that still want that high delta. You have to choose a realistic strike that the stock will go to 21, 30 and out of reach. Yeah, you want to pick it realistic. Is it realistic? AEL right now is basically at $19. Is it realistic that AEL can go to $20 next week? Is it realistic? That is very realistic for AEL to go to $20. Matter of fact, tomorrow really is realistic. So be more realistic when you're picking your contracts. But $30, do you think that it's even going to make a big enough move to even go? No. I mean, don't get me wrong now, because I know I'm having some people like, well, Jay, it still can happen. Anything can happen in the market. But I mean, let's be realistic, guys. At that point, you're just gambling. You're gambling for no reason. You have no reason to gamble, but you're going to gamble anyway. So, I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll be hard just to get 25 on AEL. So you talking about 30. So just be realistic, guys. So that's kind of like my mindset. That's why I'm showing you guys so you kind of can see. So what's the deal with IV? So understand that when you have a contract with high IV, that means that the contract is already priced higher because the whole goal of my trading way is to find contracts with low IV because if the higher the IV, the more the contract is going to cost. So you have to think from my perspective, why, and this is just me, not everybody trade like this, right? Not everybody trade like this, but this is just my mindset. Why would I buy a contract that is already priced more than what it's actually worth, and then try to want it to go higher. So now if the stocks pull back, if a contract has high IV and the stocks start going the opposite direction, the pullback is now going to hurt more because the contract is already worth more than what it's actually worth. So now that the worth is dropping, the contract, you're not only is you're losing money from the stock price dropping, but now you're losing money because the contract was worth more than what it really was. That's like buying like when the PS5 first came out. Let's just use that as an example. So I'm gonna try to use real life examples for you guys. So let's say that GameStop said, "Hey, I'm selling these PS5s for 500 next week," but then you see somebody on the street that's like, "I'm selling it for 1,000. You get it right now." But once you buy it, you bought it for 1,000 and you're trying to sell it to somebody, they could just go get it for $500. Why would they pay that extra when it's already out? The demand is now down because they have them out for 500. So the demand is not as high versus when they were 1,000 is rare. It's rare. People want it. So they're willing to pay whatever for it. Right. So now that everybody has access to it, you can't get it. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. Like people not about to go pay. Why would I pay you $1,000 when I could just go to GameStop and get it for 500? So you got to think the same way with trading. And that's just how I looked at when it came to picking my contract selection. Why would I pay higher than something than what it's really worth? Why not buy low? Because the whole goal of trading is to buy low, sell high. But people don't do that with their contracts. And that makes no sense to me. That literally makes no sense to me. The whole goal of trading is to buy low and sell high. So why not treat your contracts the same way? Why not buy your contracts low and sell them high? You get what I'm saying? Like, so to me, that is where the gap of profitable traders and non-profitable traders are, because non-profitable traders, they just buy whatever. They're not really looking at the contract quality. They're just buying whatever they can afford, right? And that's what you want to understand. You want to buy these contracts low and sell high. And that is where anticipation comes in. That makes a lot of sense. So if it says 54% IV, that is like a cost is up. Yeah, like it's like, obviously the contracts are going to be priced at whatever they want to be priced. They're obviously going to be a little higher price than what they're actually worth. But you still want to put it to a way where do it still have room to go? You know what I mean? Like if a contract is at 54 IV, I mean, most likely it has room to go to 100, right? By the time the stock make your move. So you getting the extra 50%, you know what I mean? You getting an extra 50%. Demand increase on that contract and the stock price going your way. So which is netting you more money in return. Y'all get what I mean? So it's like you want to pick contracts that have more room. That is why I leave stocks like AMC and GME alone. Because you go look at those stocks, the damn IV is like 400. I mean, how much more room do it got to go? You think it's gonna go to 1,000? How much more room do it have to go? Right. So that's why I don't mess with those type of stocks. Now there are times where I will call a play that has 100 IV. Well, that's probably because now I'm not trading the demand necessarily no more. I'm trading the stock price moving now, right? So that's the only difference. Why Robinhood and TOS contracts are different prices? I guess you could say different sellers. I mean, most of the time they're the same. Most of the time, but sometimes they will be off by just a little bit. It just depends on the brokerage, kind of. Sometimes TOS, they do charge for their contracts, so sometimes their contracts might be priced a little different to factor in that commission costs, but generally they're not about they if the contracts are totally different. I mean, like if one contract was, if this contract was $200 on Robinhood and then $500 on TOS, I've never seen that before, but that I probably would not want to do that. But normally they're pretty much the same. Might be a few off. Robinhood sucks, so theirs might be a little bit higher simply because they suck. They're like the middleman of the market. They're like the middleman. It's like they take the leftovers of everybody else. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. No, now the Greeks I do, because the Greeks are constantly. I have seen huge difference in the Greeks. But if we're being honest, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, whoa. Robinhood was $134 and TOS was 34. That don't even sound right. I have no clue. I can't even make something else to tell you. I've never seen nothing like that before. That's wild. Yeah, I've never seen that before. But if we're being honest, I actually look at my contracts on Robinhood. So, and I execute on TOS, if that makes sense, because it's just easier in the eyes. So I personally I never experienced it. I'm not gonna lie. Because whenever I call a contract to you guys, I've always used Robinhood, especially with this new Robinhood watch list stuff. I'm always using Robinhood to find my contracts. So I'm not sure. That's a huge difference. Okay, so back to chart patterns. So overall, like I was just trying to show y'all like kind of like how my mindset would be if I were to take it. Do you trade stocks that have further spread out expiration dates, not weeklies? Um, let's be I'm really honest with you guys. I am not good at holding things long. For me, I'm just not that good at it. I might try it. Scratch that. I was looking at puts. I'm so like, yeah, I've never seen a big difference like that before. But overall, I suck at holding things long term. And that's just something I have to get better with. Like if I'm looking at it every day, I just can't hold it long term. I've tried to do it. It's just I'm not a big fan of it. Um, so I normally only trade weeklies. But sometimes when I be noticing that they're messing with the premiums, the market is kind of choppy, that's when I would start buying some time on my contracts. But every single time I do that, the stock end up, I swear, the weekly contract be like going like 600%, and then make me go back to weeklies. So over time, now that I'm trading a little more size, I go, a little more. Sometimes I might go an extra week out. Like definitely if I'm putting in like 50, maybe 70K in a trade, if it's like Thursday or whatever, I'm gonna just pick the next week just to be a little more safe in case we pull back. But overall, guys, I have a low. I'm not gonna. I'm about to sit up here and lie to y'all. I can't hold stocks long at all. If I do a swing, I can only hold a swing for 2 days max. I've tried in the past to hold stocks longer. I just can't. I can do runners, but as far as like my whole entire position, I'm normally a buy now, sell tomorrow type of guy. That's just how I am. I just suck at holding things long. Uh, I don't know how Ash should do it, but I just can't. I can't, especially if it's moving slow. But let's find some more chart patterns. Somebody hit me with some chart patterns. One Jack. Oh wow, one of those stocks. I've never heard of that stock, so I just know this chart. This chart actually not ugly. This is a choppy stock. I can tell from the wicks. But yep. Let me draw it first before I say yep. Let me draw it first before I say it. Hold on. Hold on. That is messing me up. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I need this to come over more. Oh, that might not be that. This might not work. I need that shoulder a little more over. Um, I'm not gonna lie, this stock kind of eliminated the head and shoulders, the inverse head and shoulders. I need this. I'm trying to make it one. Let me just draw it fully out and see if it looks like one and it indeed can act like one. The only problem I'm having is this shoulder is not shouldering. I'm not a big fan of, I need this shoulder. I need it to actually make a shoulder. So like come from right here to down here and then come back up. That shoulder is not making me like it. Let me zoom out a little more. I'm not liking this. I would like to have this shoulder touch the top of here. So I'm not a big fan right now, but I will say Jack does whatever stock jacket. Oh, Jack in the Box. I never knew that they were a stock. I never knew that. I never knew that. I thought they were talking about like Jack pieces from Walmart or something, if anything. I never knew that they had a stock. Let me see. It could be a support bounce though. Yeah, this could be a support bounce. So Jack does look good, like it's going to bounce. This is a support level. Was resistance here, so this is a good level. We could get a bounce here, but I'm not going to call this inverse head and shoulders, just because I needed that shoulder to be up here. That's just me personally. Like it can still act as one, but just for me personally, I would like for everything to. I would like for it to look more like an inverse head and shoulders before I take a trade like that. So when we talking about shoulder, I'm talking about like this area right here. So when it comes to an inverse head and shoulders, let me show y'all the example. I want to have something like this. This is how I would have wanted seen it. So you want to have it come back up, come back to that area a little bit, you know, or close to it, come down, come back up, come down, and then come back up. You see on here, we didn't get that first up, that first initial move to make it happen. We kind of started from right here, then came down, then up. That will means it will look like this. And that, my friend, is what made it not one. But like I said, it still can bounce though. This is at support level, so it still can bounce. But I wouldn't call it an inverse head and shoulders. Could still be a double bottom though. This could be the higher low. Um, hmm, I don't know. I kind of want it to be a little clearer. Um, but overall, I'm not a big fan of it. I do think it will bounce though. I am thinking that we could get a bounce here. And we can go touch this level right here, this first low, get y'all some levels. I actually like stocks like this though, like little low key stocks that the hedge funds don't feel like manipulating. So this could be a nice play back to 86.79, about 86.80. But yeah. Can you see what it looks like if you connect the far left low? I was gonna think about doing that. Let's try that. Let's just try it. Let's just try it. Let's just try it. I'm assuming you're talking about this right here connected all together. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but let's see. Oh, I don't know. On the bottom, you got to send me a picture. I'm confused. Connect the far left low to the far right low. The far left low to the far right low, like this. And if we break down, y'all obviously know where we going. But we could bounce right here. Um, but it's just some about I just don't like that shoulder. That's making me not interested in it. So let's go look MCD and inverse head and shoulder. So I'm just trying to look for patterns, guys. I was looking at options for Jack, and the soonest is May bid and ags spread. Oh, I hate stocks like that. That's too wide. I hate stocks like that. MCD inverse head and shoulders on the daily. Let's see. I don't know what I had on here. I ain't been to McDonald's in a minute. My bad, yeah. I'm drawing trade lines and stuff right now, but let's see if we can actually fit this in there. Yeah. So this is a little more advanced charting for you guys because I know I just probably confused the hell out of some people. This is a little confused charting for you guys. This is a little more advanced as far as charting. So right here, pretty much what happened is, I'm going to go ahead and call this an inverse head and shoulders. This is a little more advanced, more for my advanced people, right? So what it is it's an inverse head and shoulders. Now this part, this top of this trend line, I know people are like, well, Jay, it didn't it. I'm trying to do it without confusing people. I don't want the people to say, yo, Jay, I'm so confused on what you just drew because now that trend line didn't match the top. Overall, it's still an inverse head and shoulders. We do have clear shoulders. But now what gives us more confirmation about this trade is, can anybody tell me what it's doing as far as trend line wise? Let's see if somebody can get it right. Let's see if somebody get it right. Nope, not rejecting it, retesting it. There we go. You just had to reword it a little differently. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and call this an inverse head and shoulders. Like I said, this is a little more advanced. I don't recommend you guys trade and stuff like this right now. But overall, this is an inverse head and shoulders. And now we're breaking the trend line and now we're retesting it and for a next move up. So like I said, this is a little more advanced. You guys will get this. That's why the mentorship is extended. Just over time, you will get better at it. But yeah, this is a little more advanced for you guys. But overall, if they can hold this level, we can have a bounce back up to this high right here. But it will test this one first, right? So this is a little more advanced though. But yeah, I will say that it is. Don't go drawing this and showing people because they're not gonna know what you're talking about at first. But there you go. Any more chart? I'm not trying to do like a whole chart. I just want to see chart patterns, guys. So do anybody have any wedges or anything that I could show somebody? Any wedges, wedges. Let me see. Snapchat was a wedge when we took the trade. Snapchat pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. We should have took puts today. Let me show y'all where it was at. What move was that? Hold on, guys. All right, I'm gonna check it in a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to get that move that we were talking about. Okay, here it was. Sometimes these are hard to see. The price action was kind of, this can't be it. This can't be it. That's the wrong day. Yeah, here it is. My bad. I'm so looking. I'm like, that is definitely not it. Okay, so this is the wedge that we traded on Snapchat. So let me show y'all real quick. Dang, where'd you go? Here it is. And for Sheev that's on here, this is kind of like how the trade went. So do you guys see this wedge right here? Cool. So I wanted to share this wedge for a reason because the stock didn't do what I wanted it to do all the way, but it did. Like, if you were day trading, I obviously didn't want to day trade it because I liked something else. But if you were day trading, you would have obviously called this was a 50% move. So cooler day trading off the 15-minute time frame. But can anybody tell me my favorite things that just tell me what made me know that this was a wedge. Let's see if you can do it. I drilled this in your brain because you have to have the characteristics. Can anybody tell me why did I recognize that this could be a wedge instead of just price action? We got support, yes, but there we go. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Impulse move, correction, impulse. Impulse, correction, impulse. So, like I said, some of you guys trade things that aren't they don't have the how do I put this? They're not doing the right things to make it a chart pattern, right? So when I took this trade, what did I do? I noticed we had an impulsive move up, this move right here. We had an impulsive move up. This is on a 15-minute time frame. for Steve that's asking me, that we had a impulse move up, correction, right at support. Remember, what did I tell you guys? Wedges are at what? Wedges are at support, right? So we want to make sure this is support level. We had an impulsive move up, correction back into support, take the trade, and boom, 50% trade. We did not sell for 50% because this candle came out of nowhere. But overall, we still was able to come out this trade profitable. But if you were day trading, you would have got out this trade about 54%. But overall, that's why I was just trying to get you guys to kind of identify my mindset on behind it. Now, can anybody tell me where was my stop loss on this trade? Because if you remember, this was an anticipation trade. I took this trade before it broke. Can anybody tell me where my stop loss was? Below support. Also, what gave me confirmation when this trade was breaking out to take the trade? Well, it was already after it, but like what else was in the trade that held me to be confirmed? No. We got wicking is good, buying pressure for sure. That is good, but we also got a golden cross, right? That actually was I'm glad somebody said that. So there we go. We had buying pressure. We started seeing very wick, like it literally was wicking as support. Like you see these wicks right here, wicking. We took it on this candle here. This is the candle that we entered on. So anybody asking, Jay, where did you enter it? It was this candle right here. This is I remember this trade because it was recent. This is the candle that we entered on, right? And if you go back into the chat, I literally was calling it before it happened. And I just wanted people to see and walk through my mindset on these type of trades. My stop losses, literally, if we had came below, we never got below. We never closed below. We entered here. Then we got the anticipation up. It broke. And remember the contracts were not actually, no, we entered, I think here, my bad. We entered around here. But I start signaling to you guys that it was going to break out around here. But we entered somewhere. We entered one of these candles. I remember this trade now. One of these candles we actually entered a little bit before it broke and it pulled back. That's what it was. But then remember we got in before the break, so we were already up around when it broke out of here, and we entered way before. You know what I mean? So like we were able to take advantage of the anticipation that pumped our contracts up even more. The golden cross is right here. After the trade was already in, but it just told us like we can hold longer. We're bearish. I mean, we're bullish, right? Boom, boom, boom. Hit the target or whatever, and yeah. But like I said, I thought it was going to break that level, and it did not. It literally did not break this damn level. I was so mad. It did not break this level. It rejected and came down, and I sold this trade for 27% out of 54. But like I said, y'all see my reasoning though. But yeah, my bad. Yeah, we didn't enter on this candle. We entered a little bit before, but that was the candle that I was looking at when I text you guys and said it was going to go up. That this was the candle. So anybody that wasn't in, I was kind of like telling you guys you can get in on this candle. But I think we got in just a little bit earlier. But that's fine. That's fine. We were still able to take advantage. There was a great example of anticipation to its finest. Yeah, the market kind of just pulled back on us, shit market. Yeah, that's what it was. It happens, but we were still able to get out alive. So a retest is after a break over the level, and then a pullback is after an impulse. Sometimes I think a retest, but then it's a pullback, and I have to cut. So yeah, so when it comes to a correction, if you mean like after a correction comes after an impulsive move, and a retest comes after like an actual breakout. That's a good thing to kind of put it. So if we were to break this level and you were trying to take it on the break of this level, then once it broke that level, you kind of want to wait for a retest. But here we had an impulsive move already broke a level. It's kind of the same thing. But normally when I look at impulse, I'm looking for some type of flag pattern to say like it's actual, correction versus a retest. It probably won't even be no pattern. It's probably literally just it broke a level. Now you testing to see if it holds that level. Normally in conjunction with higher highs and higher lows. So that's kind of like the best way to put it. So a pullback is normally when we're in a higher highs or higher lows, like we're trading with the trend. So let's go back to AL. So So like technically, this is a pullback on AEL. I know it's a daily time frame, so obviously with options, that's not a good pullback. But overall, with the trend is still intact, we're still creating higher highs and higher lows. So this is technically a pullback. Retest is more when we break a level, like let's see, what level did we break? But it's kind of the same thing, guys. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. Let's see. So this is kind of a pullback in the retest. I mean, this is kind of a retest, which is stuff like this is hard to trade. But overall, this is an actual pullback. So we broke this level and then we retested. No, I'm bad. I didn't mean to say pullback. Yeah, it's the same thing. But if you want like a more in-depth, you see how it didn't make a pattern here. It kind of just, broke a level, then it didn't do anything. It just retested it and then bounced off of it. This is more like a retest. It didn't kind of create a pattern when it pulled back or retested or whatever versus, here back on Snap, we actually created a pattern. So I don't know if that made sense, but that's kind of how it is. Yeah, so kind of like a pullback kind of just makes the pattern, if you can say, and the retest is just like a level. Like it's literally just retesting that level. Yeah, a pullback, you might actually get like another pattern. Because understand, if a stock is moving up in the uptrend, you're going to pull back to how are bull flags made, right? Look how bull flags are made. Bull flags are made like this, guys. We have a move up, and then we pull back a little bit, and then we go higher, right? We're making another pattern versus a retest. We're breaking that level, right? And then we're retesting it. It might not create a pattern. It might literally just come down and just test it again to make sure that level is now support and then bounce. So like I said, it's kind of the same thing, but normally pullbacks create patterns, retests just come test the level. Did that make sense, what I just said? The 5 or 15-minute retest or pullback begin me. I think the retest and then 2 more red candles from. So understand, guys, with trading, sometimes you might get a pullback that might shake you out just because sometimes pullbacks are actually like they have like very strong fake outs, and that's normally what we call a liquidity grab. So like right here, all of this is a liquidity grab right here. So we got our level right here. And then, I'm just saying, ignore it. I understand it's pre-market, but I'm just trying to show y'all. Sometimes you will have stocks like this, where we hold the level, but then we always come all the way down here, faking people out, grabbing liquidity just to run back up. So you will have those sometimes, like, it happens. Versus here, like with Snapchat, as you can see here, there's not really no way to avoid it. But I'm just being honest, there's not really a way to avoid it. Just understand to give your stock some room, like this right here. This was definitely a liquidity grab right here for Snapchat. Anybody that was in calls, we kind of broke below that level. Then boom, we shot back up. So kind of a liquidity grab, but overall, it's not really a way to really avoid that. You just kind of got to just, come to those bigger time frames. Maybe you don't see that. Maybe just be a wick. It's different ways to look at it. That's why I say them 5 minutes. That's where you see those liquidity grabs at on them 5-minute charts because it's really crazy on them charts. All right, see you, Ben. But I'm trying to somebody find me a wedge. I know y'all probably said it already. Somebody send me a wedge real quick. I actually haven't seen one in a minute. Oh, Nike. Nike did have a wedge on a daily time frame. So here we go. We have a falling wedge on Nike. You see right there, we have that impulsive move up. So now I'm looking to see if we create a pattern right here. Let me know if y'all can see it or not. First of all, we noticed the impulsive move up. And now we're looking to see, boom, we had the impulsive move up. We created, here we go, impulsive, correction, and impulse. Y'all see what I mean? Y'all see what I just did there? Yes or no? Let me know. There we go. And this was probably one of the easiest trades. I did not see this on Nike. I wish I did, but literally the target was that high right there. I mean, this was money. And I'm mad I didn't see that. So this was a money trade right here. I mean, this was the easiest falling wedge you can get. I mean, this was impulse correction, the same move that it made, the same impulsive move that it made. It tested high. This was money. Do you avoid wedges with a lot of empty spaces? Yes, I do. On a daily time frame, I'm not, it's not daily time frames, you will see wedges like this. They won't be as, they're going to have spaces. I don't like to trade wedges with spaces like this, but on a daily time frame, you will get wedges like this just because it's bigger candles. But overall, it's just, if I'm on a 5-minute or a 15-minute, I'm not trading a falling wedge with spaces like this. But on a daily time frame, I will. Retest happened on the daily, right? This is the daily chart. I don't know if that's what you're asking. This is the daily chart though. Yes, this was a double top. We took puts on this double top. We just were a day early. So actually, let me show y'all where we took puts at, which now that I'm looking at it, this is kind of my fault. So, I mean, even though I end up holding and winning, but this is kind of my fault because I got into this one a little too early. So on this trade, if you lost on this trade, I owe you a drink at the at Puerto Rico or wherever we decide to go. But I kind of messed up on this one, guys. So what happened was, and somebody said something to me, but I did it anyway. So somebody was like, Jay, because I'm not gonna lie, at the time we took puts here. We took puts on this. This is the exact candle we took puts on. And somebody was like, Jay, don't you want to wait until the candle gets a little higher to kind of get closer to that resistance? And I think I was like, no, I don't care. And you've seen what happened. We got they shook the hell out of us on that morning, annoying as hell. So like I had my double top like this, but at the time, I think I had it down here. I started it right here. This is literally how my double top was. My bad, y'all. So if you lost on this trade, like I said, I owe you. But I took it here and I could have just waited until it got a little closer to that target to actually make it. See, I kind of see how this double top kind of slanted a little bit. You don't want to take double tops like that. You want to at least have it around the same level. So like right there, if I would just waited one more day, that wick would have been above and I would have made my double top there. And then I would have took it down. And then I would have took it down. But I got a little bit too, I wanted to get in right now. And literally I missed it by one day. I missed 1,000% return by one day. Not even one day. The first hour of the market opened. Because it came down that same day. So it is what it is. That's my fault. But like I said, that's what happens. Discipline has to be there. As a trader, your job is to wait for the setup to come to you. So I went ahead and went to the setup. And there you go. Sometimes anticipation comes back to bite you in the, but I should have definitely waited. So do y'all see what I mean? Like how I lost on this trade though? Well, I didn't lose, but technically since I told you guys to sell, we lost. So, but do you guys see what I did wrong? So I can kind of see, like I kind of got in just a little bit too early because I didn't It's crazy. This could have been 2 plays falling wedge. Yep, literally. This could have been a 2 plays back to back, 500 to 1,000% gains. This exact Nike paid in both ways over these last couple of over this month. Nike paid in both ways. It gave you about $24. That is a huge move for Nike. It gave you about 1,000% in calls and then gave you about 2,000% in puts. Right there, 3,000% in calls and puts on Nike. You change your life forever if you put in the right amount of size. I'm actually about to put Nike on the everyday watch list because I just realized it did just pay like that. It just went crazy. Nike really just sat up here and just paid people like that. So I showed you guys wedges. Like I said, we're gonna have to have at least 2 more classes like this. I hope every day that your questions are getting answered. I told you guys when the mentorship first started that I was going to do more classes like this, just so everybody can kind of just keep learning. Can anybody give me? I know I keep ignoring it. Somebody probably already put it. Can somebody give me a wedge really quickly, one more time? Give me a good wedge. The mentorship ends in 2023. Now, I bet, like I said, it's only so much I can teach you. Like I'm just being honest. It's only so much that I can teach you, and when it comes to trading, I'm just keeping it running like this just because I still want to teach you guys more. They said SPY 1 hour. Let's see what SPY got. I do not see a wedge on SPY 1 hour. I don't see a wedge at all. No, I don't see a wedge on SPY 1 hour. Wait, what's this? No, that's not a wedge. What is this? Could this be? Let me draw it. And that's what I say. Like, I don't be knowing right off the bat. Sometimes I try to draw it and see if it makes sense. Uh-oh, this might actually be one. I don't know. I hate stuff. No. I told y'all about them Isaac wedges. I'm trolling Isaac right now. That is an Isaac wedge. No, hell no. That is a no. This is an Isaac wedge. This is no. I would never trade this. No, this is an Isaac wedge. This is no. No, I am deleting this. Nope. That is not a wedge, guys. That is not a wedge. It worked as a wedge. This is where I'm talking about. This is where I say sometimes people draw stuff like this and it actually works and they think it's real. This is not a wedge. The reason why I'm finna show you what it actually. So look, let me show you. We got the impulsive move. We got it wasn't really a full-on correction. This is just no. This I know Isaac would have drew this as a wedge though. I know him. This is just it. Don't even. I need that top to be there. So like a wedge is like this, right? So we come here, and then it kind of go to that top, and it kind of slant in till it pops. So what price action does in between it, we hit the top, boom, 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 boom. We get tighter and tighter, and then we have this. Not once did this do that, right? We can't even get this high all the way up there. Like we would to get it up here, it will have to look like this. So it looks like this. That's just no. It's not. And if somebody says it is, to me, it's not. I would not trade this, but it just don't make any sense. It just don't look right to me. It's not clean enough for me to take it. Just in my honest opinion. Versus, like I said, I'm gonna use this as an example. Versus something like this, where we had the impulse and the candle stay within it, right? We got that top that we wanted, it stayed within it. So, I mean, it comes with practice. It's kind of how you want to do it. BA daily. BA is a stock that makes a lot of rising wedges and stuff. Whoa. BA didn't. Why did BA drop like that and AL didn't? I just don't understand the market. At this point, stocks be doing their own thing. I literally have no stocks do their own things at this point. That's it. Let me zoom in. Are you talking about zoom in? I'm not gonna lie. I don't see a wedge on BA. I don't see a wedge at all. Somebody probably making this look like a wedge. This is not a wedge. This is, can you man tell me what this is? Just a channel. Yep, no wedge, just a channel that just lost it. Like it's not a channel no more. It's gone. Earnings killed the channel. Earnings messed it up. It was doing good though. It was doing good, but earnings messed it up. We actually have another channel on we've been having this channel on Macy's for a minute, and I'm so interested to see what it does. Like it's been doing this. A big move on Macy's is coming at some point. Whenever you see something like this, a huge move is coming in either direction. And it's been doing this for a while. Look at that. I don't know what the hell Macy's finna do. Yeah, I might want to. I'm not a fundamentals person, but seeing something like this, you might want to go look into some news. Something is about to happen to Macy's. I don't know when. It can do this for another year, but something is about to happen when it's like this. I don't know. Like a huge move is gonna happen. I don't know if it's gonna go down here or up there, but yeah, just be on them. Watch out for Macy's. See if you can see any news on it, any like merger or anything, because something is about to happen. So keep that. I always notice that. Let me look at MU. It's probably a big wedge. I can kind of tell. This might be a big wedge. Yeah, this is a big boy. I haven't traded a big wedge in so long. This is a big one. Now, this one is a daily chart, so I will go ahead and say Isaac Wedge kind of can make sense. Just because it's on a daily chart. So that top is going to be a lot harder, which I see how it's really respecting these trade lines or whatever. Stuff like this, it is a little harder to get to that. You know what I mean? Do y'all get what I'm saying? Like it's a little harder to get exactly to that top because it is the daily time frame. So on this, only on the daily time frame, I will accept something like this. But I be seeing y'all do something like this on the 5 minute and wonder why it don't work. On a daily time frame, I will accept not having the top all the way there just because it's a daily time frame. It's harder to get those type of things on a bigger time frame. But this is a huge wedge on MU. Not gonna lie, if this wedge breaks to the upside, MU will go back to $100. It will go to 100. So just keep that in mind. But are y'all understanding wedges? Do y'all get what I mean by wedges though? Because I know a lot of people actually have problems with wedges, and all it is really just understanding, the characteristics, right? You're just looking for an impulsive move up, then some type of correction, right? You want to have some type of correction back into support, right? You don't want to have it too steep though. Like I drew that kind of steep. You want to have it kind of slanted. You don't, because some of y'all do this where it's like, okay, that wasn't a good idea. But you like this is too steep. You kind of just want to like, okay, nothing dramatic, right? It come, you know, and they get smaller, 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 and then it pops. That is a falling wedge. That is literally, this is a perfect falling wedge, guys. I just drew it for you. I'm cold at this. But versus something like this where that is just hella steep, that's just at this point, you're just making a sell-off. Yeah, y'all know what I mean? Like, do y'all see the difference of what I'm drawing though? And then you be like, Jay, I got a falling wedge, and then what it do? It do this. So you kind of see what I mean. 4 daily. I'm gonna look at IQ in a minute too. But I'm just trying to get y'all to see wedges because wedges are nice if you can find them, but like you have to really pay attention to the characteristics. Like I said, don't be upset with me if you think it's a wedge and I don't. Like I said, trading is all an independent thing. There's no, if I might not think it's a wedge and you do, try it out. Um, can anybody tell me why I'm not going to call this a falling wedge? Let's see if somebody get it right. Too steep. We got no lower low. Also, where's the correction? like if you and then look at the space. I mean, like Isaac will do this. I'm not gonna lie. I hate when people do this. This is ugly as shit. Um, you know, when I first when I first started trading, I used to draw stuff like this, and then they never worked. So for me, like I said, we want that impulsive move up, and then you just kind of like it's too much space in that, right? Like I said, we want, we want that correct. We want a nice trade, right? We want that, and we want that breakout right here. We kind of, it just, it kind of just, we had this little range right here. It broke up. We got all this space. It's not really touching for real. This I see traders draw this too many times. So I'm not gonna call this a wedge, unfortunately. But I know it's misleading because you have other traders that are calling stuff like this a wedge, but it and if it works for them, it works, obviously, but this is not the proper way. I'm only going to teach you guys the proper way of things. And just this is just not it's crazy because literally a year ago I will be calling this a wedge. But as I got older and just like got more into like trading and bettering myself as a trader, I look at this like, bro, what the hell are you? That is not a wedge. You know what I mean? So it just take practice. I know you want to make it look like a wedge, but this is not a wedge. Like, let's go back. Let's just look at that, and then let's just go look at Nike real quick. I want to show y'all like the y'all, so y'all can kind of see a difference real quick. So let's delete this. I'm gonna show y'all a little difference. So you kind of just so you can get like, don't overcomplicate it, guys. Like, just look at it. If I were to draw this a wedge, right? Let's say I just do this a wedge. Well, let's say I force this, in which it could act like one, but I won't consider that one. Let's look at Nike, right? Oh, these red lines annoying, but and I want y'all honest opinion on this. Honest opinion. Honest opinion. Honest opinion. First of all, that's too many candles. Like I said, it still can act like one. Like, don't think that you're wrong. It still can break out, do everything like a wedge, but it's not a wedge. Look, now, without even really looking, the characteristics are a lot more realistic on Nike than here. We had an impulsive move up, correction, impulse, versus here, we had an impulsive move up, chop, 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 boom down, somewhat tried to correct, but not really. It just kind of just gave up and just kept going down. You see what I mean? The characteristics aren't there. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm just trying to get y'all to see, like the mindset behind it. Like the characteristics aren't there really. I wouldn't feel comfortable because like you will never know when it's about to break out. This one is. So that's just like a good way to put it. MU high alert could be inverted hammer, daily wedge. I'll look at it real quick. Then after that, we're gonna call the class, and then I hope this class kind of helps you a little more. And then we're gonna get over on probably gonna have class tomorrow, do another like Q&A session or whatever like this. I'm just trying to get these Q&As out the way, so that way like we can keep moving forward. I told you guys we was gonna have these type of sessions. MRK. Can anybody tell me if this a wedge? Let's see. Is this a wedge right here? There we go. Why did y'all say no? This is a wedge, guys. Impulsive move. We got our correction right at support. There we go. Now, this type of stock, understand the type of stock it is. You can even call this a bull flag if you wanted to, but understand the kind of stock it is. The wicks are going to throw people off a little bit. This stock is a weird stock, but understand this is a wedge. This is a wedge. This is a wedge flag. But yeah, this is a wedge, right? This is a wedge. This is a bull flag. It does the same thing. However you want to put it, you can. If you want to make it a flag, Gary would just call it a flag. He's not about to sit up here and tell you bull flag or bear flag. He's just gonna say flag. He gonna literally draw like that and just say flag, right? So this is a good catch, Zimbel. I think I said your name right. Yep, and just draw the support. So let's go ahead and draw the support real quick. This is one. And then let's see if that's one. This is support right here. So right now we're right at support. Kind of look like we're wicking below it, but right now we're right at support. Oh, my bad. I thought Zimbel said it, not Zendel. Y'all names are so like, but yeah. So if you needed help with that one more. Somebody give me one more stock. I want to do one more wedge. Amazon. Ooh, is Amazon in the wedge? Hold on now. You might have gave me some. Is Amazon in the wedge? On what time frame? Damn, Amazon went to all the targets. Where have I been? Where have I been? I'm so mad right now. Amazon went to all the damn targets. Scotty, I'm hoping, I am hoping that you're not talking about a wedge on the daily time frame. Please tell me you're not talking about a wedge on the daily time frame. I don't see no wedge on this time frame. I don't see no wedge on this time. I hope you're not talking about the daily. Bro, this man said, I said, send me a wedge. He's talking, so I just want to look at it. I'm like, what are you? I'm like, Scotty, out of all the people, you are the one I least suspect to call this a wedge. Nah, if you was a swing trader, bro, that would have been wild, bro. That would have been a nice trade to catch. Like if you were a diamond hand, premium platinum hand, I mean, every hand there is swing trader, you would have caught this whole entire move. You would have caught the break of this bear flag at 3088. That is a, I mean, is that a $400 drop? Hold on, y'all. Don't talk about my math real quick. Let me go type it in real quick. Hold on. Gotta have a calculator. Make sure I got the calculators after we finish this. Gotta have the calculators. Minus 2763. Oh, so my bad. It was $325 move. Damn, that would have been a nice play. Swing traders be eating, but it's hard as hell to hold to this chop because Amazon, what one Amazon like up like $30 earlier today. So I don't know how they do that. T daily. It's crazy that everybody's saying Jasmine went crazy because just not long ago, Jasmine was upset about trading. So whenever she get upset again, make sure y'all mention it to her. Make sure y'all tell her. Oh, remember Amazon? Make sure y'all tell her that. Remember Amazon? You was just tagging Amazon. T. I think I tried to draw this earlier. Um, Not really. No. No, I am proud. I am proud. I'm really seeing growth in this group, and it's crazy. Like that's why I said I gotta extend the mentorship. We gotta extend it, y'all. We gotta keep it running the rest of the year. Like y'all are crazy, bro. Like the growth is crazy. And for the people that don't feel like they're growing, y'all gonna grow because now y'all with me for a year. So I ain't gonna lie, I will be honest. If you don't get better at trading within this year of being with me, you just don't want it. Like at that point, you just don't want it. You just don't want it at that point. And like it's nothing else I can say. You just don't want it. Y'all are literally going, I'm speaking into existence. You're literally going to witness me during this mentorship turn into a millionaire. You're going to witness it. I'm going to be a millionaire by the time this mentorship is over with. If that don't drive you enough, like I mean, I don't know what else will. No, but this not a falling wedge. I'm not gonna call this a falling wedge. Let me see. Apple got me calling out messed up wedges. uh, mm, me see. I'm gonna call this ugly thing a wedge. I'm gonna call this ugly thing a wedge. It might be. Let me draw it real quick. Oh, that was another question. Somebody asked me, where am I pulling the bottom from? So it's not like a particular, like where I think y'all talking about where I'm starting it from. You can start it from anywhere. Do not overcomplicate that. You just want to start it from where the candles actually touch. So maybe starting it from right there don't look as good. So maybe if I move it up to where you just want to pull the bottom to where it make the most touches at. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. If I pull it to where it make the most touches, it actually ends up looking kind of like this. And then it turns into an Isaac wedge. And I just don't like it. It looks like no, this is obviously selling off. We're going to call this the Isaac wedge. Yeah. We're going to call this the Isaac wedge. It just started looking like an Isaac wedge. So to me, I don't like it. This is just a simple sell-off. It might be an inverse head and shoulders, if we're being honest. Nah, it's just, I don't know what the hell this is. It's just selling off. Apple is just selling off. Did they have earnings today? Did Apple have earnings today? Someone let me know. Tomorrow, no, close tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. Let me look. Because sometimes they be lying. Robinhood be lying about earnings, y'all. I never forget. I never forget. Neo had earnings, and then my homeboys, they hate playing earnings. They literally hate playing earnings. And Robinhood had lied and said that Neo didn't have earnings until a month later, and they actually had earnings that night. They was mad as shit because Neo went to shit. Like it was the fun. I mean, I was crying. Like I literally was crying because Robinhood straight lied. Can you imagine that you get into a trade and because Robinhood told you they didn't have earnings yet, then they end up trying to change it in the morning like you ain't peep it. Robinhood be thinking they slick. Okay, let's say tomorrow. So yeah, Apple earnings is tomorrow, and you said with Amazon. So who knows what Apple's gonna do? I don't know. I feel like Apple might be flat. I mean, Microsoft went crazy today, and probably everybody gonna buy calls because Microsoft went crazy, and the market might hit us with a. I don't know. They might be just flat. I don't see them falling, but they might just be flat. Who knows though? I want to say inverse head and shoulders. It definitely can be one. Now that I'm looking at it, um, it is. Good catch. It is. It is. It's a bigger one though, but it is. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. I might need Gary for this one. I don't know. Not gonna lie to you. This kind of give me a headache looking at Apple. So I'm gonna have to get back to y'all on this one. I'm probably gonna have to hit up more than one trader to figure out Apple. But it does look like it's not gonna be perfect, but it does look like this could potentially be a retest area for Apple. And we can get a move like this for earnings. Not saying that it will, but we could get something like this on Apple. I'm not even gonna lie. Based off of, I don't know how earnings going to be. You know what? I might actually pay Apple earnings. I'm not gonna lie. I might actually pay. Yeah, send it to me. I'm gonna look at it. I might actually play Apple earnings. Let me go look. Can anybody find a contract for me to play? Somebody, what I'm doing, I'm gonna ask him. He actually got Apple shares, so I'm pretty sure he's going to go with his shares and be in calls. So for Apple earnings, let's see. I know they finna be high as hell. The contracts are actually not bad at all. Um, did somebody just say the 160 call or 180? Did I see the 180 call? You crazy as hell. You think I'm finna do the 180 call? That's not a bad contract though. It's not. It's really not. It's really not a bad contract for Apple to 180 call, but that's risky as hell. What's the IV on this one? 85. I don't know. That's already kind of priced a little bit crazy. For me, I'm about to catch some people off guard with this one. For me, let's see if somebody said it. Nope, not the 165. Nobody got it right yet. Nobody got it right. 170. That's the one I'm going for. Because it's earnings. I like the 170. The 170 looks really good. Well, let me look at the 160 to see what y'all was talking about though. The 160 is just too expensive. Just like, I don't know. Like for me, y'all be thinking because I got a bigger account, I like expensive contracts. I still like the little cheap ones. The 160 is just too expensive for me. The 130 is gonna be the one that's gonna hit if Apple go. Can anybody tell me why that was gonna be the one to hit though? If Apple goes, why is that gonna be the one to hit? The demand high. All of them got high, but the demand is higher. The demand is gonna be higher. When you go look at Apple, most traders are gonna buy that one because number one, it's cheaper and it's not too crazy for Apple. Apple is different. Apple always gonna have high open interest and stuff. It's just Apple. That's just how Apple is. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go for today. This class was pretty long. We're gonna have another one of these sessions. We're gonna have a couple more of these. Like I said, the mentorship is extended. And then once we get over this, then we'll finish the last part. Overall, great day for the people that use the VIX to their advantage. Pretty much the same thing for tomorrow, kind of seeing what the VIX look like at the open. But I'm telling you right now, um, I don't SPY has to break over that 44240 level and hold. It needs to hold 44240 to even be in calls tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. And also let me look at the Apple put because I actually want to play Apple earnings, but I just want to let me see. Let me see. But Apple and Amazon reporting that is risky. Oh wow. Damn. The Apple puts are expensive as hell. 44240. 442. So my bad. 42240. 42240 is $422.40. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Um if I play Apple, I might go with the 170 call. I'm not paying. I don't know who this market think they is, but I'm not paying $700 for Apple contract for puts for earnings. I'd rather just take my chances with the call, regardless of what I think it's gonna do. I'd rather just buy the 170 call. The 172 call. I'm not really a big fan of the point 0.5 numbers. I like whole numbers. Not really a big fan of that one. But I not gonna lie, I'm about to add this on my watch list. I just for a YOLO, I might just go ahead and take the Apple 170 calls. But yeah, the point fives on Apple don't like. I'm being honest. The point fives don't do bad. So Apple is the only exception I will have. Like you could do the 172s. Honestly, guys, you might look up if Apple really pop on earnings. Like if Apple do like a Microsoft, I'm not gonna lie, the little 180s, they're gonna be nice. They're gonna be nice. I might actually buy like maybe, let me see if I buy 1,000. Hell no. 500. I wouldn't mind buying $500 worth of, $1,500 worth of, I wouldn't mind buying $1,500 worth of the 180s, but I don't really think Apple gonna really pump like that. So I might do like, let's see, I might do like 50 contracts of the Apple 170s and just like, YOLO 1,500 or whatever. Who knows? I don't want to get y'all into that YOLO mindset. Only YOLO if you have it and you just, got it to lose it. But other than that, I don't think Apple, I could be wrong though. I don't think Apple is going to make a huge move like Microsoft just because Microsoft already made the move. So everybody anticipating that Apple going to make a big move. I just don't trust the market makers that much. I feel like they're going to give y'all a flat earnings, but who knows? But and Facebook be too, it's just, I don't know, it's risky. But like I said, the price is worth it, in my opinion. But yeah, Facebook just went crazy. Facebook went crazy. And that was because they released the earnings before, they actually reported. So who knows? But all right, guys, we could talk more about it in the chat. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm gonna try to get this recording posted tonight so you can have it. I'm not going anywhere tonight. So normally on nights like this, I normally have it posted. But yeah. But all right, we're gonna do more of this. See you guys tomorrow. Like I said, if the VIX is above 30, you can already cancel me out for the day and go from there.